back to normal. I feel like I just hit like 4 or 5 on the bench. I'm starting to kind of see my muscle mass come back, so I'm good.
So will we were being at practice the other day and you actually had everyone?
Yeah, that felt funny just seeing all the young guys, you know what I'm saying, everybody getting back to roles where they're comfortable and kind of getting back to just learning again instead of being forced to, you know what I'm saying, be right on the field. So it was fun.
Did that kind of change the perspective of the team, having seen so many players go down with injury? Did it kind of like change the mindset of like don't take anything for granted or anything like that?
Oh yeah, it definitely made a lot of guys realize that you never know when your time is up. Like, I know Chris Allen for sure. He went from, you know what I'm saying, a guy that was trying to, you know what I'm saying, just learn and follow and kind of like get a view from it, and then kind of was really active now as far as just questioning like what would I do here and stuff like that. It just kind of changed your perspective on how you should go about practice and stuff like that.
What do you think your group, the outside linebackers, need to do better this year?
I guess stay healthy, huh? But really, I feel like we'll be good. I feel we're physical enough. We're an athletic group. We're a long group. So I mean, we got a lot of stuff. We just got to get that experience on the field, that gameplay. I feel like a lot of us didn't get enough time to get a feel for the game. I know me and Christian, we sat out a lot, but we saw it from the outside view looking in, and we know what we can improve on.
You got that sack in the championship game in overtime. What was that moment like for you? And it was pretty big in the outcome.
That was really all pain, honestly. I just looped around and just used my speed. It was surreal though. It was just a big moment. I felt like I thought we would have got him out of field goal range, but it was just a big moment. It was fun though.
Did that help you become a better player, you think, just being able to watch it?
Yeah, definitely, because I feel like it started to slow the game down for me as far as just like being able to see, okay, these guys are good, but I can definitely, I see who I'm going against. Because usually playing around here, you go against the same people every day. You know what I'm saying? We like to say that we're playing against the best athletes every day in practice, but just going against somebody else, it just feels different. So seeing it from the outside looking in and just seeing guys, you're like, okay, it's a difference. Like, I can definitely play with these guys.
As a pass rusher yourself, I mean, when you're on the sidelines, you see Tua take a sack on the first play of overtime, first down in overtime. What are you thinking?
Well, honestly, I was shocked, but at the same time, I know how Tua is. Tua, he's a relaxed guy. He's not really. That's one play, so he'll bounce back, and he did that. So we weren't really worried about it.
Speaking of Tyler, man, you had a pretty emotional moment after the game with Anthony. Just what went into that, and how special was it to do that for him?
Well, Anthony, he was a guy that kept me uplifted throughout the whole injury process and told me he would give me, you know what I'm saying, keep me, he kept me uplifted. So the whole time to see him step up while I was hurt and then he get hurt and I got to step up for him, I just took it personal, kind of like, it's my turn to step up for you now. And I told him before the game, like, I got you, bro. I promise we won't lose this game. And the way the game ended, it was just like, wow, like, we still did it. Even though when, you know what I'm saying, our kicker missed the field goal, it was just still like, we got to win this game. There's no doubt in my mind.
What's it been like watching Tosh move a little bit more to, obviously overseeing the defense instead of just your position group?
Well, Tosh has always been a guy that kind of knew the general what everybody should do. It was just that he would focus more on us and make sure that we knew what everybody else had to do around us. So now it's just you kind of see his perspective to enforce how he sees the defense to everybody instead of just trying to tell us to, you know what I'm saying, communicate more. He gets the opportunity to communicate more to everybody.
And how does that happen in practice? Like, how does he do that? Like, say versus last year, or maybe
Well, he always did it. He's a vocal guy. He's a real high energy guy. So he's always been a vocal guy. Just now, it's just people know you definitely got to do it now, basically. But I mean, Tosh has always made his presence felt. So that's why I feel like he got the job. He's a real guy. He's a good defensive coach. He talks to everybody, has a relationship with all the guys on the defense. So.
You mentioned Anthony. How have you seen him he's obviously sitting out this spring, recovering. How have you seen him handle, like, the rehab process and going through that for himself?
I feel like he kind of handled it the same way I kind of did. He's real motivated. I talk to him, and, you know what I'm saying, I work out on the weekends sometimes, and he'll see me up there and be like, don't worry, I'll be back before y'all know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember he was talking to me and my old trainer, and he would say, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to work out with him, and he'll say, you know what I'm saying, I'm supposed to be out till like this time, but I'll probably be back in May. Like, I'm built different. So he got a little swag to him to where he feel comfortable knowing that, you know what I'm saying, he's built different. He'll be back sooner than later.
What do you think about the pass rush and how do you think it would be better this year?
Well, I feel like we'll have a lot of guys that can do it, and we'll have a lot of guys that are really looking forward to doing it. And Tosh is really, he'll dial up a lot of blitzes and stuff like that to make our guys feel more comfortable and get a lot of pressure and stuff like that. But I feel like we got a lot of length and a lot of guys that can do it. Raekwon, Christian, a lot of guys that have good pass rushing moves and have experience in practice. So we'll be straight.
Are there younger guys that we haven't seen that you've noticed improve with that?
Well, we haven't really practiced yet. Honestly, we'll see that going through the spring.
Does having Tosh there, a guy that you have been working with as a calling the defensive plays, that excites you as a pass rusher, a guy that you talk about dialing up extra blitzes maybe?
Yeah, it definitely excites you because you know what he likes to see, and you kind of know what his vision is for the defense and stuff like that. So I feel like when you're seeing him move the defensive court, you get a little more like excited knowing that okay, we know what he wants, so we're gonna try to execute that to perfection.
So you think you'll once more, even though you're having to basically overturn the whole entire secondary? I mean, do you think you'll still blitz as much, even though you're going to be changing over the entire secondary?
Well, I don't think we'll change the way we call our plays because I mean our defense, the guys that are playing DB now, they've always been ready to play. They've got experience, stuff like that. So we're not really worried about losing a lot of depth because we do that around here a lot. So I feel like we're still comfortable with the DBs we have now, and we'll be all right.
Last one.
You feel like there's a lot more you can show in your game considering how early it got hurt you?
Definitely. I feel like I haven't scratched the surface yet. I still feel like I haven't really done a lot for this program yet. So I feel like the best is yet to come.
Thanks, Terrell.